We have heard from so many of you about the struggles of addiction. According to recent estimates, at least 48 million Americans deal with addiction in some form. So we wanted to highlight a unique program out in Dickson County. Chris Davis tonight shows us how an unlikely friendship has forged a remarkable partnership aimed at saving lives.
102 and 103 coming in with
It's a walk Sean Baker never thought he'd ever make again, into the Dickson County Jail.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. It's been 20 years.
To stand in his old jail cell.
Kind of sad, you know, to think about everybody that was in here. And some of them aren't alive, some of them are doing life in prison.
Back then, Baker was a much different person.
I was in bad shape and I was trouble from the word go.
Constantly on the wrong side of the law, fueled by a debilitating drug and alcohol addiction. But it was an unlikely interaction with the chief jailer at the time, Tim Eads, that changed everything.
There was a fight in the trustee room.
Was about to get into an altercation.
He was minding his own business, sitting there. I think he was reading a book. Or that's what it looked like he was doing. This guy just come over and, just nailed him, and Sean got back up and defended himself.
Baker assumed he was about to be blamed for a fight he didn't start. But much to his surprise, Eads believed him.
Yeah, he just touched my heart.
Instead of him looking at my history, he followed his instincts and followed his heart.
That was a turning point for Sean Baker. After that, he was able to get out of jail, get into treatment, start the process of getting sober, and he even found a job. But in order to keep that job, he needed one more favor from the chief jailer.
The big ask was for Sean to be able to get his driver's license, but reinstated.
I thought about him and I said, he's helped me once before, maybe he'll do it again.
Perhaps in spite of his better judgment, Eads advocated for Baker's license to be reinstated in front of a judge.
He kind of took a swipe at me. He said, "This kid fails, I'm putting you in jail, Eads." That's what he said. I think he was tongue-in-cheeky, but knowing the judge at the time, I wouldn't put it past him.
Baker now had a new beginning, a new opportunity, and quickly realized how he wanted to use it to help others find sobriety, too.
That I immediately identified a need for housing for people that were leaving treatment, that didn't have a safe place to go.
There was just one problem. Baker was back living with his mother, which meant he had to ask her quite the question.
Can I start bringing people in here to help them get sober, that are getting out of treatment, sobriety? And she said yes. So literally, they were there with me and my mom.
That's a big ask.
That was a big ask. Yeah, it was a big ask. So that's 103 Freeman Avenue, which is the first sober living home that I purchased.
The street where their next property was located is what gave them their name.
It's where the name Freeman came from. That's the only thing holding us up right now.
The Freeman Recovery Center has grown tremendously since then. Alongside his wife, Tabitha, they've created a full-service recovery system.
We're doing outpatient, we're doing inpatient, we're doing detox. We've opened a clinic.
They do their own counseling, group sessions, and drug testing on site.
Yes, hello, this is Mitch with Freeman Recovery. I was just following up with you and seeing if you were still interested in treatment.
They also have their own crisis and consultation call center.
And that's something that we can help with here because we do the dual diagnosis.
And they're working to add dozens of inpatient and sober living beds throughout the Dickson County community.
We've been able to affect change in the way that we have and to provide opportunity that we have. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
But perhaps the program Baker is most excited about brings him back to his now friend, Tim Eads.
That's what the whole relationship's been built on, that he was there for me, I'm there for him, and it's just that simple.
Eads is now the Dickson County Sheriff, and the two are partnering together to bring more addiction recovery resources inside the jail.
If these folks can get their life back and become law-abiding citizens again, then you have a safer and a healthier community.
So that when prisoners finish serving their time, the only reason they ever have to come back is for tender moments like this.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you.
With photojournalist Evan Crawford, Chris Davis, News Channel 5.
A lot of good things happening out there. Eventually, Eads and Baker want to hire a permanent addiction caseworker to help all the inmates in the Dickson County Jail. Chris plans to stay in touch with both men, and he'll share updates on their programs as they move forward. We wish them luck.